Hi, this is Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the President, Founder, and Chief Listening Officer here at our network at USA Global TV and Radio. Thank you so much for your loyalty. Thank you so much to all of our guests, to our team members, to our sponsors, and to all of our elevated listeners. Here at USA Global TV and Radio, we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. We celebrate all of our team members, all of our guests, and all of our sponsors from around the world who come and lead their lives with their hearts to help other people walk into their greatness. If you'd like to be a guest on any of our shows, please go over to our website, usaglobaltv.com, and book your session. Please contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com and subscribe to our channel.
Hello and welcome to a beautiful episode of Talking Heads in 2023 on the phenomenal, growing, amazingly great platform, USA Global TV and Radio. I'm your presenter today, and my name is Dr. Madalene Chan. And my expert of knowledge is about transcending from a limited life belief system to becoming aware of your shadows, your issues, your behaviors, in order to become connected, purify that to become connected to your authentic self, which is your heart, your soul, the true being that you were meant to be before the fall. All right, so for today's Talking Heads episode, we are going to discuss the inner world is conflicting. When your inner world is conflicting with your outer world. For those of you who've been watching a few of my series on Talking Heads with regards to this topic of conversation, you'll be fully aware of what it means by inner world conflicting with outer world. For those of you, our new viewers, I will just explain in a nice short way, an elevator speech basically, just to say that our outer world is where we live, is where we are, all our decisions come from our outer world, our relationships, our career, our emotional, mental, physical well-being as well. Now, the inner world is the unseen. The inner world in a 3D perspective would be considered as, when sometimes people said the gut reaction. So if you're in a situation, a scenario or event or talking conversation, and someone is talking to you and suddenly you feel like as if a punch in your stomach, metaphysically, by the way, not physically, because we're not here to promote that type of behavior. So basically, it's metaphysical, and it's almost like a little nudge to say, hey, this is uncomfortable. I'm not comfortable with this. So when we're not comfortable with something and we feel that gut reaction, what do? Sometimes we follow our gut reaction, and sometimes we don't. And the reason why we don't is that we think that it's going to be easier if we just say, oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, I can see your point there. When clearly something within your homing device within is saying, it's almost like a warning sign. But we don't listen to that. So that's what I mean by our outer world is conflicting with our inner world. Now, when you start to awaken and wake up, because when you start waking up, you start questioning things. It means that you start questioning about your life. You start questioning about certain foods that you could digest before, and you are no longer able to do that, purely because we as humans, for eons of time, we have been coping on survival, which is 3D. Survival, competition, power, control, fear-based, lower vibrations. And it worked. It did work for a while because there was no choice. Or should I say, the choice wasn't given to us. It was almost where, even for example, for people through media and through films, it's more of the same of the outer world of behaviors, more of the same of if you want to quit smoking, right? But every film you're watching is someone taking a drag. What is that saying? What is that saying? If someone is constantly cheating in films and they're complete, in relationships, then it's like, it's almost the outer world is saying to you, hey, you know what? It's okay to cheat. Because don't forget, we have to look at it as reverse psychology. So that's what my experience and how I perceive things. Outer world, you have to look at it and reverse the psychology, and then you will find the hidden truth behind it. So the inner world conflicting with the outer world is saying the outer world is more afraid of the light than the dark. And the inner world is saying it lives in the light and opposes the dark. You see, now it's a case of, yes, at the moment we are going through a balance. We have to balance things now. Anyone that's been comfortable in a 3D perspective, because the consciousness, the higher consciousness, the planetary consciousness of Earth, she has already, as a planetary being, ascended to a higher consciousness. So her body is becoming lighter. And because we are part of her, because she is becoming lighter and lifting, that means our bodies are going from a carbon-based, heavy, dense body to a lighter body. And I don't mean like you come out of the body and you go light and you go thing. I mean, because we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Maybe one day we will be. Maybe gravity won't be on this planet anymore and we will just just take off and go off flying in the stars in the universe. Who knows? But right now we have to deal with what is going on presently. And what is going on is a massive war between an inner world and the outer world. So how do we work this? How do we balance this? Okay, so even if people have not agreed, because we've all got soul contracts, even if they have not agreed to wake up at this present time, because the earth, she has shifted and moved, anything that they did, the 3D, people who want to stay in that 3D and feel comfortable in that lower vibration of fear, control, and power, and have a fear actually of letting go, then they will have to let go, because anything where they conquered by being destructive power, destructive energy, it will no longer work. And the reason why is because masks are down. If anyone out there who operates and emanates lower vibration of fear and lower density, where it worked before, and it had to work before, because let's face it, how can you appreciate the light and the love and learn the lesson never to fall if you're constantly in the light? If you're constantly sitting on the fence? You can't sit on the fence anymore. There is a choice now. You follow your heart and you awaken to who you are, the master path of love and divine reckoning and awareness, discovering your authenticity. It's not an easy path. It's not. Some people wish to stay where they are, in the middle, but you can't. No longer. You have to decide. Do you follow your heart and follow your divine path? Or do you stay where you are, but realize at the same time that life is not the way it was? So lots of things are going to crumble. Where people had a lot of money, things are going to crumble because there is the lesson for us to learn. And it's not about blame, condemnation. What we have to realize is that we are all connected in a magnetic grid, an electronic force field, right? And we're all connected like wires. We're all connected. We're all wired up with each other, whether it's coming from a good placement, a bad placement. We are all connected. Therefore, if a few people wake up to their high true potential, to their highest potential, to their divine potential, to experience life through their divine creator being, rather than from a lower vibration human of fear, because we're all connected, we are contributing that positive energy to the electronic force field. Therefore, if you think about two clouds, okay, we've been creating a cloud of our fears, of our thoughts, our actions, massive. Now there's a new cloud, and this cloud is the love cloud. It's the divine cloud, where now this divine cloud is going to collect all our positive, loving, heart-centered words, thoughts, actions. And as this grows, this beautiful divine cloud, if more and more people add more and more good heart-centered thoughts and be real with themselves and just come from their heart and come from love, wisdom, and power, centralized in the heart center, connected to divine mind, with the balance of a male energy and a female energy, divine mind, divine heart, nurture, vision, empower together. That will contribute to the divine big cloud. And if more and more people contribute to this, it's like, for example, in a bank, you save your money, right? And you save the money for a rainy day. Well, think of this as like heart currency, heart energy. So money is energy anyway. So the more we contribute to this divine big cloud that will grow and grow and grow as big as Earth itself. And we need to begin to do this. Now, before we even start to, before your thoughts can actually genuinely go into the cloud, don't forget that you need to be at a place of purification. You can't be stuck in 3D, stuck in a transition of and expect to have your dreams, aspirations, and your energy into that cloud, because the divine cloud will not accept that. Why? Because then it's tainted. That's why it's important we as human beings to awaken and be aware of when we are operating from a 3D perspective rather than compassionate soul heart center. So because we have been living on this planet through past lives, generations of eons ago, we have had to survive in this. And everything has its placement, as I said, as I mentioned. So it's a case of they've had their time. And no matter how bad, sinister, no matter how acts that they did, it was for a reason. Because it's man-made. It's man-made. Now, going back to this divine cloud, right? Once you start to work on yourself, once you start to put yourself first, and I don't mean from an ego way, I mean from the inner promptings of your heart, being connected to that innocence, the essence of your childlike essence. What made your heart sing? What made you feel elevated? What made you feel as if time was suspended and you were just enjoying that moment? That is what you need to, well, not need to, it's a choice. When you wake up, that's when you experience this. But at the same time as experiencing this, however, you've got to then face your issues, your dramas, your pain body, the darkness, the demons. You have to face it all. You have to. And because 2023, it's about the masks down, there is going to be confusion and chaos and everything. There really is. So there's people that have decided not to ascend to a higher consciousness, just to stay in as comfortable as they can in a carbon-based body. Although, even though they have decided to remain here, their bodies are going to be lighter as well. It's going to be a crystalline body. Therefore, anything that was of dense is going to feel uncomfortable. They're going to be very uncomfortable. And that's why they're going to be needing all our help and of understanding what's going on with them, what's happening. At the same time, there's going to be a lot of light workers out there that feel they've spent so much time in helping and giving, but if they haven't worked on themselves, that's all going to come up as well. Even I have lots of things that are coming up. I really do. And that's why we're here, and we need to clear them, and we need to bring them up and clarify, bring clarity to our lives, crystal clear clarity. And if you're unhappy with something, you must at that time bring it up, but bring it up in a way where it's not detrimental to that person, it doesn't hurt that person. We're not here about hurt. We're here about learning, adjusting, elevating, changing, from a ego center, ego heart to a soul heart, to a compassionate soul. So that's why the inner world is conflicting with the outer world, because most people are afraid of the light. So this divine cloud, there's quite a few of us in this world. There's a lot of people that have awakened. There really are. And they've also worked on their shadow and their shadows of what they've accumulated from a past life, karma, and also have dealt with issues on a day-to-day occurrence, but having the energy and the solutions, bringing forth the solutions, because they connect to their heart to bring forth the solutions, instead of it just being mind. The mind has worked over time. The mind will give us headaches. The mind will keep us going on and on, the ego mind, the ego heart. So therefore, we need to have that divine balance of a divine mind, intelligence, and the nurturing of the heart, the compassionate soul. And that's what we're in right now. So that's what I mean by inner world is conflicting with the outer world. And what will help is when you wake up every day in the morning, what is good is to ask for the day to be shown in a way to help you grow and evolve and learn the lesson of that day. There's our angels and there are our guardians as well, but that's going to be on another conversation. Right now, I'd like to just keep it more the seeing, really. So I was, that's what's important. And then at the end of the day, it's almost like you have a discussion with yourself and say, what am I so thankful for the day at the end of the day? So in the morning, you awaken and say, I'm open to what you want to teach me. I am open. Yeah. And I know I am protected. And then at the end of the day, the closing of the day, wow, I had such a day. Now, during the day, if you feel, this is really heavy, this is getting quite heavy, the energy is getting quite heavy, and I'm getting quite attacked, spiritually attacked or psychically attacked or energetically attacked. So you have to stop and you need to tune in inside and go, what's going on there? So as well as we have doctors on the outer world that give us the symptoms, we now have to become our own doctor for our inner world. Because at the end of the day, everything is energy. medicine is becoming energy healing our bodies. But also we still need the doctors on the outside reality if it's something that needs that treatment. But we can do a lot of the treatment, a lot of the healing, so it alleviates the pain. So it helps to heal that part, so that when you go to the doctor, they'll go, oh, wow, it seems to be really healing. Oh, this medicine's really working. But you know what's working, because you're loving yourself. You're connecting with your organs. You're connecting with, it's almost like, look at it as friends. So you're a doctor looking in saying, hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling today? Oh, I can see you got a little pain. Just become a doctor, but you have to be in the present and be aware of what's going on. So check in. And if you check in, then that heavy feeling will not be as heavy. And of course, when you're beginning this journey, it's important to connect with professional therapists, color therapists, chakra, as we have Caroline Heward here. And she has a Talking Heads talk that she does on the chakra psychology. Whatever you feel you need to tune in and listen. Gone are the days now to determine your solution and the outcome by listening on the outside world. We've done that. We've done that. We've got that. We've worn the t-shirt, and guess what? Look what mess we're in. Ooh, yeah, exactly. But it was for a reason. Now it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up to our hearts. It's time for us to, yes, we are going from a carbon base to a crystalline body, lighter bodies. Therefore, we cannot induce, we cannot digest. Yeah, we cannot ingest foods that normally we could have had. We're going to have instant reactions. And that's what's happening with the inner world conflicting with the outer world. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan, and I'll see you for the next episode for Talking Heads. If anyone is interested with regards to opening their, connecting to their soul voice and actually learning about transcending from a 3D limited life to at least start to awaken and be aware and purify your shadow soul self in order to begin the full the fullness of living a heart-centered life, then please do contact me on madalenecarolchan@gmail.com. However, we do have courses that I've joined together with Dr. Jacqueline, and it's available on USA Global TV / education. Go onto the website and go on to where it says more. Click onto there, and it's got education. On there are courses. I believe there's about 4-5 courses available that are very cost effective. But if you are at that point in your life where you need a pick me up, a lift me up, where there's got to be more to life than this, then you are ready to embark on a new journey, your soul heart journey, leading with your heart and manifesting and living in light and love, and then you can contribute to the divine bubble of love, which is the new cloud that we have access to because we are in the golden age. Thank you so much. I've so enjoyed talking to you. I'll see you next week. I'll see you next week on the next Talking Heads episode. Thank you, Dr. Jacqueline, for providing this amazing platform, USA Global TV and Radio. And I'm waiting to hear from you. Bye.